Mariana, one of our students, a very dear student by the way, sent a question about, actually a suggestion about vocabulary in the workplace. To answer that question, I have to be a little digressive, and when I say a little digressive, whoever knows me, that I mean a lot digressive. Guys, it's very hard to know how many words are there in the English language, right? Numbers vary a lot. Try to find the answer in Google, You will see that, people will say all sorts of numbers, right? I'm going to decide for one specific source, which I think in the end, guys, you have to trust, right? So you have to see if the person giving you the information is, respectable and things like that. Okay, but it's not that important. Important is that according to one account, English language has about 2 million words, right? And then when I say word, of course, I mean the word and the surrounding of the word, like teach, teacher, teaches, taught, teaching, things like that. Or, I don't know, care, careful, things like that. So 2 million words, okay? Don't worry, I will go back to the point where I'm going to answer the question about, professional vocabulary in the workplace. Okay, guys, what is interesting about this number? 1 million words are used in 99% of the cases. The other million words are used, the words are used in 1% of the case. And then you may look at me and say, what the, right? How, why would people use, 1 million words in just 1% of the case? And think about it, guys. Let's imagine you want to study, for example, medicine. I've been studying medicine as an amateur because, I have discussion with some of my private students. We decide to study in their area so they can try to teach me using the English they have. So I'll help them with English and they will teach me their area. Okay, again, that's not the point. But the point is, I've been trying to learn, about the heart. And guys, there are hundreds of words, about little parts of the heart, about the kind of disease you can get, about the medicine you can get, about a certain kind of function, and etc., etc. So why am I telling you this? Just to explain that 1 million words, guys, we're talking about technical words. Imagine if you are an engineer. Imagine if you are going to open up a computer, all right? And you are to say the little parts of the computer. You are going to have hundreds, if not thousands of words, to describe the components of the computer and the, relation that happens, the electric pulse or whatever, it happens there. All right, so that's where we get all of our, why we have so many words used in so few cases, all right? Because it's like one specialist using that word. Side observation, we'll go back to this idea of technical vocabulary in a moment. Just keep in mind, guys, of course it would be very crazy for you to try to learn this million words. It would be the most useless thing ever, right? You have many words and you wouldn't be able to communicate. So some people and some companies, some universities as well, have tried to reach the best cost benefit. They thought, okay, if we can cover 99% of the cases, with just half of the words, what would be the best point where we would cover most of the cases using the least words? And they have gotten to a very nice number. Oxford has got to that. Of course, many others as well, but they have gotten to 3,000 words. And if you think about it, 3,000 is very little compared to 2 million, right? And 3,000 covers 87% of the cases, you know? So it means that if you know the strategic 3,000 words, even though it's not a huge number, you can communicate very well and you will be able to understand a lot, okay? By the way, this is how we, for example, at CCA select our words. If I'm not wrong, throughout our whole courses, we have something like 4,700 words, something like that. So first we get those core 3,000. I don't know if it's by the same research as Oxford, but if not by a similar research, and then we teach students extra words, okay? Okay, going back to the technical English. So guys, think about it. Let's imagine I want to open, you know, a course for technical English. Okay, but then what kind of words would I teach? You know, should I teach, I don't know, business, administration, legal words, medical words? Should I teach, I don't know, words related to documents or electronic parts of a computer? It's impossible, okay? So what would be the best way to get the English vocabulary of an area? If you think about what I told you about my private students, right? Those 2 private students I have who are studying medicine, teaching medicine. The idea is you can just improve the vocabulary of an area studying that area. There isn't, guys, such a thing as studying law vocabulary and then studying law, okay? Vocabulary, guys, is knowledge. For example, if I know the meaning of felony, a term from legal English, which is, let's simplify it, serious crime. If I know the meaning of this word, I already know the area itself. So what would I advise? If you are an engineer, you have to study things in English in engineering. You know, there won't be 2 separate steps, you know, studying engineering vocabulary and then studying engineering. You're going to put them together, okay? And the same holds true for all the other areas, all right? That's why I think it's a great idea, you know, if, for example, if you are a lawyer and you want to study the legal thing, try to get a group of people and study and debate that in English. But remember, you are studying the law, you know, and let's say, as a consequence, as almost like a side effect, you get the English as well. Or, of course, guys, you can come here to CCA, right? You can ask for Teacher Thiago, and then we can plan a course, you know, in a specific area where we're going to study things together. I'm going to learn a lot from your area, but I'm going to help you understand and use the vocabulary in English, right? So that's a nice option as well, because then I'll get your money. But if you don't, I would advise, you know, watching YouTube videos in your area, reading articles in your area, and then just trying to memorize the vocabulary.